and today we're going to be going into gift drops. So I'm going to go ahead and throw it up on the screen, but this is straight from the blog post on ForzaMotorsport.net. I'll leave the link in the description down below. But it literally says right here, it's time for gift drops. It's time for gift drops like a personalized barn find blueprint. Tune a car, paint it, then leave it hidden for others to find somewhere on the map. It's a whole new way to share your prized cars with friends or others online. So I did talk about this briefly in my deep dive Horizon video from E3, where we went into all the details that we got from E3 about Forza Horizon 5. So be sure to go check that out if you haven't yet for all of the other juicy details on this game. But back to gift drops. So like I said, everybody still seems to be talking about just giving a car to your friends, but that is not what it is. Or at least that's not what they've come out and said. I shouldn't say that. They haven't said that that's what it is, but they have said that it's other things, maybe, if that makes sense. So maybe there will be some feature where you can just gift your car to a friend, but I don't think that's going to be the case, especially the way they describe it here. Basically, it sounds like it's either going to be replacing blueprints or going to be some new... or not blueprints, it's going to be replacing barn finds or becomes some new additional feature to barn finds. So I don't know if we're still going to have regular traditional barn finds on the map or not, but either way, we're going to have this kind of barn find blueprint, which is going to be called a gift drop. So you can tune a car, paint it, and then hide it around the map, and then people can find it. So there's actually a lot we don't know here and a lot to unpack. So can you customize it and then leave it for just one person to find? Or is it for everybody to find? Or is it only for one person to find? Like, do you have to select someone to do it for? I don't really see that happening. I think it's more likely where you tune it, you paint it, and then you hide it for everyone. Or maybe it's the specific lobby that you're in the open map. But in the Horizon Open, once again, you're going to have other people driving around. So maybe it's just the people in the same kind of lobby as you, dropped into the same session as you that'll be able to find it. Maybe it'll be across sessions. We don't know. Now, we could also be reading too much into the barn find part of it, and maybe it could be more like the traditional blueprints. So maybe it could be that it's some sort of event where you hide a car and then everybody else who's in there gets a notification that there's a car hidden in that location, and the first one to go find it gets it, kind of like a treasure hunt. Also, it'll be curious to see if other players can see what the car is or not. That also could change the dynamic quite a bit as well. I feel like you would probably know, or maybe you get a sense of the class, because then otherwise you just have a bunch of people trolling, putting like a bunch of barely modified crap cars hidden somewhere really hard. Again, I think there's a reason we don't have a whole lot of details on this yet. It's obviously not something they're really going into at the moment. And it could also be that they might still be fine-tuning it as well. I mean, we still have, what, 5 months till launch, basically? Because it's coming out in November. So I actually think there's a lot of possibilities with this feature. I think it's going to be a lot more involved and honestly cooler than just you can customize a car and just give it to your friend. I mean, yeah, that's cool, so you can like help out your friend that just started or something. That's always, you know, a nice cool thing to be able to do. But what this sounds like is like a whole new kind of a feature that they're talking about, where it could be something that turns out to be a lot of fun or a great new feature, man. Honestly, the more I talk about it, the more hyped I'm getting for this gift drop, and we literally don't know anything. So the last thing we'll talk about here is just the hiding aspect. So that also opens up a lot of cool things too, where, you know, it could just be where you find a good hiding spot, kind of like the barn finds were, you park your car there, and then the other players can kind of go on a treasure hunt. Maybe it's some sort of hide and seek aspect. I'm just throwing out a hypothetical here, but what if when you had your car all ready to gift, you could set up an event just like you would create like a custom lobby to invite people to go do stuff online with? It would be a gift drop, right, where you could customize your stuff, pick a spot on the map and have it just drop in there, because they do use the word gift drop, right? So let's make sure we note that it is gift drop. So does that mean it could be like dropping from the sky? Because they've already said the arcade stuff will drop as a payload from the sky. So again, this is all hypothetical, but if the car you customized drops from the sky, maybe you can pick the general area, and then it starts an event where the other players that are in the session can maybe see what car that you've customized, or get a teaser, or see the class, whatever it is. Or maybe you can put a little description, and then they can decide if they want to race over to get it or not. And it could be a limited time thing. So that's one thing. And then it could be more of a long-term thing, where maybe you go try and find a really cool hiding spot, maybe in the shadows or in a cave. I mean, it sounds like it's going to be a much more detailed map, especially with like ruins and stuff. you know, maybe you can hide it in a really cool spot and just leave it hidden for who knows how long until somebody finds it. I think it'd also be really cool if you could like re-gift it. So if you got a gift car and then you used it for a bunch, but then you decided you wanted to gift it, and then it could keep going like that, that could also be cool as well. I mean, I think there's just a ton here. And again, it's only this one short little sentence about it, but I think there's so much there to dig into and unpack. So I'd love to hear your guys' theories on what you think about the gift drops. I'm really excited for them. If you guys are excited as me, be sure to hit that subscribe button, because as soon as this game launches, we'll have everything Forza Horizon 5 here on the channel. That's going to do it for this one though, guys. Till next time, stay classy.